Okay, what we're going to do in today's video is set GhostBSD up on its own partition, and then we can do future videos of GhostBSD because I want to do some sort of gaming stuff on it. So I've used it a little bit before and I've got videos on it, so we won't spend too much time going over stuff we've already gone over. But the whole point of this is I want to have like a secondary sort of operating system on this computer that isn't Linux, just to play around with. So I've chose GhostBSD. And the reason I've chose GhostBSD over sort of the other BSDs is because I think they offer the sort of most polished and ready to go desktop operating system out of most of the other BSDs, or at least out of the ones I've tried anyway. So what we're going to do is very quickly install it. I won't go over too much here because we have checked this all out before on the channel. So we're just going to very quickly find English UK, next, Europe, London, next. And we're going to go for the UFS, this one here, and we're going to do just the one disk for now on this Drevo SSD. Click next, and we're going to do FreeBSD UEFI loader only. Type in our root password. We will briefly go over the new release notes as well, because they released 20.04 not too long ago, and then they also released 20.04.1, which I think is just sort of a fixed release, but something to do with NVIDIA, but we'll go over that in a moment. Do I want it to be GhostBSD or just PC? I think I just want it to be PC. Okay, for shell language, because I've used Bash the most, we're just going to stick with Bash there. I'm going to go to install. And we're going to make a note of the time, so it's 7 minutes past 1, and then we'll see how long it takes. So I'm going to pause the recording here and we'll be back once it's finished. Okay, that's all installed. As you can see, it's been about 5-6 minutes, a very quick installation process. What we're going to do now is reboot, boot it off disk, and we're going to sort of set it up as I would set up my sort of daily drivers. And we're going to there's a program called Homura or something like that I want to sort of check out as well, that's sort of meant to be like a Windows game launcher. So we're going to sort of do some gaming in the future, hopefully, on GhostBSD. So I'm going to reboot now and we shall be back in a moment. Okay, here we are at the desktop, all installed. As you can see, it's the Mate desktop and it's version 1.22.2. So what we're going to quickly do is jump onto their website and just see what's new with this release. So your default web browser is Firefox and it's version 75 as far as I'm aware. Yeah, version 75. I think version 76 has just been released though. But anyway, so we're going to go onto the GhostBSD website and just sort of see what these new features are, or whether there's that much. So as I said, 20.04.1, which is what we're on now, is a sort of a fixed release due to something to do with NVIDIA. So if we just jump to news, there we go. So this is a quick release to fix the setup for NVIDIA driver install on the installed system. So we're going to read from this one here. I can see some screen tearing as well. So once we've read this, we're going to fix the screen tearing and then we're going to reboot and then continue what we're doing. So they have fixed ZFS forced 4K option on a ZFS full disk install, added 4K to default when creating a ZFS partition with the installer partition editor, fixed pull cleanup when deleting a ZFS partition, replaced no mount and hold with FreeBSD dev D and made an auto mount, fixed update manager weird loop, fixed duplicate software repository config, updated installer slides, improved auto create partition, added bootloader option to disable syscons for AMD/Radeon GPUs. So we're using a Radeon GPU, so we're going to have to do our conf file. I've already got one in a folder though, so we're just going to have to copy it over. Changed network manager to SYN/CD/HCP by default, made software station progress bar more predominant, so that's their GUI to install packages. Change config to configure X and boot directly to the desktop on the installation. Added the ability to the installer to set HW syscons disable equals 1 if disable syscons is selected when booting a live CD, and fix NTPD service. Okay, brilliant. So what we're going to do is jump onto YouTube and just do a quick screen tearing test just to see how bad it is before we sort it out, and then we'll do the same thing afterwards. So let's have a look. Let's mute that. And let's full screen it and see where the screen tearing is. Yeah, I can see a bit up there. Okay, so there's quite a bit of screen tearing there. So what we're going to do is jump into this disk here, my little BSD folder. So I've got my GPU conf there. So what we're going to do is open a terminal here, do an ls, and then we can just copy this over. So let's go sudo cp. Oh, we need to make the folder first. What is it? etc/x11/xorg.conf.d. Bang, right, so now that folder's created, we can now copy this file here into that folder. So sudo cp, and then let's just grab that again. etc/x11/xorg.conf.d/ bang. So that should be in there. So we're just going to do a quick ls to make sure it is in there. Okay, it is indeed. So what we're going to do now is do a very quick reboot, and then we'll be back and we'll check that screen tearing out, and hopefully that's gone. And if it is, we're going to now set this up as sort of my secondary daily driver, if you like, just to sort of change things up for a bit on the channel every now and then when we're just getting a bit bored of Linuxy stuff. Right, let's do a reboot and we'll be back in a moment. Right, so we're back in business. So let's first of all check out that screen tearing, and hopefully that conf file has got rid of it. It should do. It did with last time I was using this. Oh, we're already there. So, do we have any tearing? No, we do not. Perfect. Let me just skip it in. Brilliant. So there's no tearing. So we have got rid of the screen tearing there. So what we're going to do now is very briefly go over what it comes installed with, because I've done this before, so I don't want to sort of get bogged down. I just want to see what I don't need. So we have LibreOffice, so I don't need an Office suite. Internet, we've got Firefox, that will do. We have Telegram desktop as well, nice. Thunderbird, that will do for now. Transmission. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do is jump into, I'll tell you what, before we set the desktop up, let's go back into this folder here, because there's some packages I want to install now. So I've got a little list of packages here. It's opening it up in LibreOffice. While we're here, let's see what version we are. So it'll be version 6.3.4.2. Okay, cool. Right, let's just copy that over and chuck it into a terminal. So what we're installing there is Vim, Wine Devil, Wine Tricks, and Games Homura, which is sort of a Windows game launcher, and it also has Discord on there, which is a big thing for me. So this is why we're actually doing this now, because I remember when I was doing the last FreeBSD videos, I got a bit annoyed that I'd have to use the web client all the time, so I didn't sort of stick around for too long. But we're going to do it this way. So what we're going to do now is go into System Tools, go into Make Terminal, copy that command in, and hopefully all those packages will be found. Perfect. So number of packages is 12. The amount to be downloaded is 87 megabytes, and it will be 504 megabytes more of disk space. So we're going to let that do that. And while that's doing that, we're now going to set up our sort of desktop for how I generally use it. So let's go into System, Control Center, and let's go into Station Tweak here, Interface, and we're going to go for the Element one, which will give you a Plank panel dock at the bottom, and then you've got your panel at the top. I think that's just about okay for me. So now we're going to go into Preferences here. We're going to bring that all the way down to about 36, and we're going to leave it like that. I don't need icon zoom or anything. I will copy over a theme that I like to use though. So let's go into our home folder, show our hidden files, and then just go into the Plank theme folder. Let's copy that over, and then let's go back into the preferences on here and change that to shade. So there we go. So you get some nice sort of shade with the rounded corners there. And now what we're going to do is make our top panel kind of match it a little bit. So let's go into Panel Preferences or Properties on Mate. Background, there we go. What size is that? Yep, 24, that's fine for me. I'm going to go for solid color. Going to go for that one there. And we're going to bring it down to about 80. How's that looking? Yeah, I think that looks quite nice. Brilliant. We don't have a workspace switcher on here, do we? Let's add one. I like to have a workspace switcher on my panel just to sort of see what's going on. Can we move that? And let's move it to about there. Perfect, there we go. So now we've got our workspace switcher in the top right as well. Right, we need a nice little wallpaper, don't we? So let's go back into our files and let's pin this so we don't have to keep doing that. And let's bring it to the beginning. And let's also pin terminal, and we'll bring that just in front of it. Okay, so we want to go into BSD, and we're just going to use these two. So we're just going to copy them into our pictures folder, which is here. And now let's go to change desktop background. So they've got a fair few here. It's like almost a Mackie sort of one, isn't it? Oh. But what I'm going to do is add those two that we have just copied over. And then I'm going to see which one I prefer. So let's jump over to there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's test the other one out. Okay, I'm going to go for the first one. How's that now looking? Let's jump into a second workspace. Brilliant, I'm enjoying that. That's just about what I'm going to want it to sort of stay like. Okay, cool. So, we have the brisk menu now as well instead of the sort of selection, sort of drop downy thingies, which is better actually. Can we resize it at all? Not too sure. Okay, so let's chuck a Thunderbird link down here as well. What else do we want down there? Have we got a writer? That's writer, isn't it? Yeah, but is it pinned? It is. Right, we're going to close that though. And now let's open up Telegram. And let's pin that as well. I won't log in just yet. I'll do that later on. Right, how are we getting on here? Okay, so we've got some more to install now. So let's click Y. So it's another further 501 megabytes of space. And let's open up another terminal. Oh, we need to do a terminal shortcut. So let's go on to shortcuts. And let's add a shortcut for the terminal. So let's just go to add, mate terminal, copy that into the command, apply, Control-Alt-T, and now hopefully we've done that correct. We have indeed, brilliant. Oh, don't want it to be like that. Right, let's have a look at what the other keyboard shortcuts are for switching desktops. So we have tile, window, we don't have any, do we not have any tiling out of the box? We do with the mouse. Let's set some tiling shortcuts up then. So tile window to east. So let's try super and left. Now let's see if that does what we want it to do. Yeah, hang on a minute. We want that to be right. Alright, let's do the same for left. Now we should be able to tile left and right. Brilliant. Okay, perfect. And we want to do move windows to workspace and move to workspace. So move window to west left monitor. I will do that as well for the monitors. So we're going to do Alt, super and shift and go right. Super and shift and go left. So move window one workspace to the left. So let's go for Control Alt left. We're going to reassign that. Control Alt right. Reassign that. Let's test that out. Yeah, that's working. Now we just want to switch to desktop left or right. Switch to workspace on the left of the current workspace. Let's see if that's the one we want. So we're just going to do Control left, Control right. There we go. And there's your Workspace Switcher dialog sort of showing there. And let's see what the Windows switcher is like on here. And do we have animations disabled or not? Because I like to keep them disabled on Mate. So let's go back into Control Center. Can't remember it is animation. Let's have a look. Let's go to Station Tweak again. Show, nope, nope, nope. I can't remember where the animation is on here. Let's try Appearance. Interface, no. So the theme it comes installed with out of the box is Vimix and Vimix Dark. Let's try the dark version. Oh, much better. Right, we're going to leave it on dark. And let's go on to customize and see what the icons are now. So it's Vivacious and it also comes with Mentor, Mate and Adwata. I'll probably install some other icons at some point. How are we going with this terminal? Right, that's all done. So what we're going to do now is pop open a, what's it called? Homura. Have we installed that yet? Let's have a look. I can't see the Homura. Okay, let's go on to their GitHub webpage a moment. And let's set that as our default browser. Homura Windows Game Launcher BSD. And I do believe, let's type in GitHub as well. Here we go. Right, I'm not sure if we've installed that properly, so let's go back onto here and do this again. Let's open up Terminal. And let's copy that in there. Did we install it? Yeah, we did. Why can't we see it in the unless I'm being blind? Let's try. Is there no game section on this version? No. On this brisk menu, I can't see. That's strange. Why can't we see that in our folder then, in our application launcher? I'll tell you what, let me jump into Make Tweak again a minute. Let's go into the control center and open it through there. Station Tweak. Let's go back into interface and just go for Make Desktop a moment. Why hasn't it added it there? How odd. I'll tell you what we're going to do then. We're going to do a reboot, and then we'll see what's going on with all of that. I'll tell you what, let's just remove it a moment. And let's try and reinstall it. So Homura 3.7 GhostBSD, yes please. If this is the first time, you need to open it via the command line. There we go. So let's go back into our other element. And then let's go into, how do we open it then? Let's have a look. Homura. Can we just type in Homura? Okay, let's just try and type in Homura. I'm sure some of you BSD guys are screaming at the screen at the moment. Here we go. Welcome to Homura. If you have a problem, suggestion or questions or similar, do not hesitate to open an issue on GitHub. Brilliant. Here we go. This is what we need. Do you want to add a shortcut for Homura in your applications menu? Yes, we do. Okay, so let's jump into a different workspace with this. Right, so as you can see here, it's got installation launcher, uninstallation, wind tricks, run an executable and prefix, update, apply fix, open Homura folder. So we want to install some stuff. So let's get Steam. As I said, we're going to do some GhostBSD gaming at some point. We need to change our panel again now. How annoying. Solid color, this one there. I'm going to bring it down a bit to 80. Okay, brilliant. So let's install Steam now. So it's going to pop open here. It's downloading Steam. Opening up Wine Mono installer. Okay, interesting. I'll probably pause the video throughout this part here because it's going to take quite long, I'm going to imagine. But we'll have a look quickly and see if we don't need to pause it or not. Right, we're going to click install. So that's going to get the Wine Gecko installer. Let's open up top as well on another terminal and see what's going on. So active we have just over a gig there. Oh, so that's doing some stuff. The Alt Tab switch is quite nice. Right, Wine is opening up and extracting files. Okay, I'm going to pause the video here and then I'll come back once Steam is finished installing. Okay, so we've got to the part of the Steam installer now, so let's see how that all goes. Yep. Right, let's open up Steam now and let it do its little update. Okay, so that's done that now and it tells you that it's task complete at the top right. So let's try and install something else. Where have we gone? Where's Sandora's gone? Okay, I think we've closed it. Right, let's open it back up. So Steam is still getting its update there and extracting the package, and now we can see that it is actually in our application launcher there, and there's Homura. So let's go into installation and let's grab, right, I'm not going to log into my Steam account just yet. So let's go into installation now and let's grab, so there's quite a few things here. So you've got Blizzard, Origin Play, Uplay, TeamSpeak, Discord, there we go. League of Legends, GOG Galaxy as well. Right, so I'm going to install Discord as well. Downloading Discord, but I'm going to kind of wrap the video up there because I don't think you need to see all of that part of it. But what I'm going to do in the future now is that we're going to sort of do some more videos of just GhostBSD stuff. I want to see how the actual gaming performance is. I won't be doing that in today's video because I need to download a load of my Steam games. But look out for that, and I'll sort of update you all in between stuff if I need to on my website, which is in the description below. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause the video here, and then after that I'm going to just get a RAM reading at boot as well, and then I shall wrap the video up there. So we'll be back in a moment. Okay, I just got the task complete notification from Homura at the top right. So now what we're going to do is exit this, and we're just going to do a reboot. Thanks for using Homura. Have a great day. You too, Homura. Right, what we're going to do is do a reboot now, see how quickly it boots up, and then also get a RAM reading, and then we're going to wrap the video up there. But no, enjoying this already. Right, I'll record the reboot to see how quickly it starts up as well. Always takes a bit longer than you'd expect to sort of shut down.
Any minute now. There we go. So catch up with Capture in a moment.
I've been having a bit of trouble with the sort of capture card at the moment, so I'm ordering a new one and trying to think of a new way to do it. Someone mentioned it in the comments of the last video that the text looked a bit blurry, and sort of having a look back at it, I think he's right. So fortunately I've sort of got an idea of how we'll sort that out, but that will be in sort of following videos. Right, so we're starting up now. You get some weird sort of glitchiness when you first boot up, don't you? But fortunately it doesn't last long, and then you are done. Right, we should be in the login screen now. There we go. We are in the login screen. I wonder if it's remembered the screen mirror. It has indeed. Right, let's open up top. So active memory wise, we are using 364 megabytes. Brilliant. Oh, we do have a swap as well, so we've got a swap of about 2 gig there as well. Okay, I'll leave a link in the description to this video. If you've never used any BSDs or GhostBSD or anything like that, I'd actually highly suggest it. I think they're sort of, I think GhostBSD in particular, if you've never used BSD, will get you up and running quite quickly, and yeah, I'd definitely recommend it. Thank you for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.